ever caught yourself staring at the mirror, wondering if this is all there is, that reflection looking back at you? Is it really the best version of who you could be? We're all born with greatness within us. It's not reserved for the chosen few, the ones with the right connections or the perfect circumstances. No, that greatness is in you and me, in every single person walking this earth. Greatness doesn't just happen. It's not something you wake up to one day, like a surprise package on your doorstep. Greatness is cultivated, nurtured, and grown day by day, choice by choice. Every day, yes, every single day is a chance to be better. It's a chance to chip away at the stone, revealing the masterpiece that's always been hiding underneath. It's a chance to write a new page in the story of your life. But how many of us truly grasp this? How many of us wake up each morning with the burning desire to be better than we were yesterday? The world is full of people who are waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect circumstances. They're like actors standing in the wings, scripts in hand, waiting for someone to call action. But life doesn't work that way. In the grand theater of life, you are the director, the producer, and the star. You call the shots. You decide when to step onto the stage and deliver the performance of a lifetime. But I'm just ordinary. I don't have any special talents or abilities. Let me stop you right there. Ordinary. There's no such thing as an ordinary human being. Each one of us is a unique combination of experiences, thoughts, and potential. You are not ordinary. You are extraordinary, waiting to be unleashed. Every great achievement in human history started with a single step, a single decision. The Wright brothers didn't wake up one day knowing how to fly. They worked at it, day after day, failure after failure, until they finally soared. Great leaders didn't change the world overnight. They did it through persistent, daily actions, each one building on the last. This is the power of embracing each day as a chance to be better. It's not about making giant leaps. It's about consistent, purposeful steps in the right direction. It's about understanding that true growth doesn't happen in bursts, but in the quiet, often unnoticed moments of daily discipline and dedication. Let me share a story with you. There was once a sculptor who was commissioned to create a masterpiece from a huge block of marble. Day after day, he would show up to his studio, chisel in hand, and work on the stone. Passers-by would often stop and watch, puzzled. Why do you waste your time? They would ask. You barely make any progress each day. The sculptor would simply smile and continue his work. Weeks turned into months, and still he persisted. And then one day, as if by magic, a beautiful statue emerged from the block. The onlookers were amazed. How did you do it? They asked in wonder. The sculptor's response was simple. I didn't create this statue in a day. I created it every day, one chip at a time. This, my friends, is the essence of what we're talking about today. Your life is that block of marble. Each day, you have the chisel in your hand. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Success, greatness, fulfillment, these aren't destinations you arrive at. They're paths you walk every single day. They're in the habits you form, the thoughts you nurture, the actions you take consistently. Then the decision to push a little harder when you want to quit, to show kindness when it's easier to be indifferent, to learn something new when you could just coast on what you already know. Daily improvement like a compound, just like interest in a bank account. The small improvements you make each day don't just add up. They multiply. The person you become by pushing yourself just a little bit each day is exponentially greater than the person who makes sporadic, big efforts. If you decided to get in shape and went to the gym for 12 hours straight, what would happen? You'd probably hurt yourself, feel terrible, and swear off exercise forever. But what if instead you committed to just 30 minutes of exercise every day? In a week, that's 3.5 hours. In a month, it's 15 hours. In a year, it's 180 hours. And more importantly, it becomes a part of who you are. You don't just exercise, you become someone who exercises. The same principle applies to every area of your life. Want to be a better leader? Don't wait for the big promotion. Lead where you are. Every day, show initiative. Take responsibility. Lift others up. Want to be a better parent? It's not about the big vacations or expensive gifts. It's about being present, showing love, teaching valuable lessons in those small, everyday moments. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but you don't understand. My circumstances are different. I have too many obstacles. Let me be clear. Circumstances don't define you. They reveal you. They show what you're made of. And more importantly, they provide the resistance you need to grow stronger. Imagine if gravity didn't exist. We'd all float around effortlessly, but our bones would be brittle, our muscles weak. It's the resistance of gravity that gives us strength. In the same way, the challenges you face are not your enemies. They're your training ground. They're shaping you, molding you, preparing you for greatness. Every day is a chance to be better, because every day presents new challenges to overcome, new lessons to learn, new opportunities to seize. But here's the key: you have to be looking for them. You have to approach each day with intentionality, with purpose. So how do we do this? How do we truly embrace each day as an opportunity for growth? It starts with your mindset. The moment you wake up, set your intention for the day. Ask yourself, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? It could be in your relationships, your work, your health, your personal growth, whatever it is. Identify it and commit to it. Practicing gratitude is another powerful tool. Before you even get out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. This simple act sets the tone for your entire day. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, from scarcity to abundance. And from that place of abundance, growth becomes natural. Next, embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. So each day, do something that challenges you. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's striking up a conversation with a stranger if you're shy. Maybe it's trying a new food if you're picky. Maybe it's reading a book on a topic you know nothing about. Whatever it is, push your boundaries a little each day. Reflection is also crucial. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect. What went well? What could you have done better? What did you learn? This daily practice of self-reflection is like a compass, constantly reeling you with your true north. And don't forget to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Acknowledge your growth. Did you make it to the gym when you didn't feel like it? Celebrate that. Did you choose a healthy meal over junk food? That's worth celebrating. These small victories build momentum and reinforce your commitment to daily improvement. This journey of daily improvement isn't always easy. There will be days when you feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Days when the world seems to be conspiring against your growth. But remember, this struggle is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of growth. A butterfly emerging from its cocoon. It's a struggle. If you were to help the butterfly by cutting open the cocoon, you'd actually be doing it a disservice. It's the very act of struggling that strengthens the butterfly's wings, preparing it for flight. Your struggles are doing the same for you. They're preparing you for the heights you're due to reach. Let me share another story with you. There was once a young woman named Sarah who dreamed of becoming a world-class violinist. Every day she would practice for hours, often until her fingers bled. Her neighbors would complain about the noise. Her friends would tell her she was wasting her time. But Sarah persisted. Years went by, and while Sarah improved, she still wasn't at the level she aspired to be. Doubt began to creep in. Maybe her critics were right. Maybe she should give up on her dream. But something inside her wouldn't let her quit, so she kept practicing, day after day, always striving to be just a little bit better than the day before. And then, one day, she got a big break. A renowned orchestra was holding auditions, and Sarah decided to try out. as she stood on that stage, violin in hand, all those years of daily practice, all those moments of doubt and perseverance culminated in a performance that left the judges speechless. She not only got the position, but she became one of the youngest lead violinists in the orchestra's history. Sarah's success wasn't born in that moment on stage. It was born in the countless days of practice that came before. It was born in her commitment to be better every single day, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the naysayers. This is the power that each of us holds. The power to shape our destiny through our daily choices. The power to transform our lives, not in one dramatic moment, but in the accumulation of purposeful days. This journey of daily improvement isn't just about you. Yes, you'll grow, you'll achieve. You'll become more than you ever thought possible. But the real magic happens in how your growth impacts others. As you commit to being better every day, you become a beacon of possibility for those around you. Your growth inspires others to grow. Your courage gives others courage. Your success shows others what's possible. In essence, by committing to your own growth, you're contributing to the growth of the entire world. Imagine a world where everyone embraced this mindset. A world where each person woke up with the intention to be better than they were yesterday. How would that change our families, our communities, our world? The ripple effects would be astounding. This is why your commitment to daily improvement is so crucial. It's not just about you achieving your goals or realizing your dreams. It's about you becoming a force for good in the world. It's about you living up to your full potential so that you can help others do the same. Now, I know this all sounds great in theory, but you might be wondering how to actually put it into practice. How do you maintain this commitment to daily improvement when life gets tough? When you're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed? The key is to start small. Remember, we're not aiming for perfection here, we're aiming for progress. So start with just one area of your life. Maybe it's your health. Commit to drinking an extra glass of water each day. Once that becomes a habit, add something else, like a 10-minute walk. Then maybe you start reading for 15 minutes before bed. These small actions might seem insignificant, but they add up. More importantly, they build your improvement muscle. They train your mind to look for opportunities for growth. And before you know it, you're not just improving in one area, but in many areas of your life. Another crucial aspect of maintaining this commitment is to surround yourself with the right people. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose your company wisely. Seek out people who inspire you, who challenge you, who believe in your potential even when you doubt yourself. And don't be afraid to be that person for others. As you grow, lift others up with you. Share what you're learning. Encourage others in their journey. Because here's a beautiful paradox. The more you give, the more you grow. Many of us have been conditioned to see failure as something to be avoided at all costs. But this fear of failure is itself the biggest failure of all. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every failure is a lesson, an opportunity to learn, to adjust, to grow. The only real failure is the failure to try, to learn, to grow. Reframe your view of failure. Instead of seeing it as something to be avoided, see it as feedback. If you try something and it doesn't work out as planned, great, you've just discovered one way that doesn't work. You're one step closer to finding the way that does work. This shift in perspective is liberating. It frees you from the paralysis of perfectionism. It allows you to take risks, to experiment, to push your boundaries. Because when you see each day as a chance to be better, failure loses its sting. It becomes just another step on your journey of growth. Let me share a personal story with you. Years ago, I had a dream of writing a book. I would talk about it constantly, telling anyone who would listen about the amazing book one was going to write someday. But that's all it was. Talk. I was too afraid to actually start writing. Afraid that what I produced wouldn't be good enough. This went on for years until one day I had an epiphany. I realized that by not writing, I was already failing. I was failing to live up to my potential, failing to share the message I believed in. So I made a decision. I committed to writing just one page every day, no matter what. Some days that page was brilliant. Other days it was barely coherent. But I kept at it, day after day. And you know what? After a year, I had a complete manuscript. Was it perfect? Far from it. But it was real. It was something I could work with, something I could improve. That book went through countless revisions. There were days when I wanted to give up, when the task seemed too daunting. But I held on to my commitment to daily improvement. I focused on making each draft just a little bit better than the last. And finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the book was published. The feeling of holding that finished book in my hands was indescribable. Not because it was perfect, it wasn't. But because it represented a year of daily commitments, of pushing through fear and doubt, of choosing growth over comfort. That experience taught me a valuable lesson. Success isn't about reaching a destination. It's about who you become on the journey, the discipline, resilience, and growth I developed in the process were far more valuable than the book itself. This is the opportunity that lies before you every single day. The opportunity to push past your fears, to stretch beyond your comfort zone, to become more than you were yesterday. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. So I ask you, what's your book? What's that thing you've been putting off? That dream you've been afraid to pursue. Whatever it is, start today. Take that first step, no matter how small. Remember, you don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. The beauty of this approach to life is that it's not about grand gestures or monumental changes. It's about the small, consistent actions that over time lead to remarkable transformations. It's about understanding that true growth is a process, not an event. A beautiful, thriving garden doesn't happen overnight. It requires daily attention, watering the plants, pulling out weeds, ensuring they get enough sunlight. Some days, you might not see any visible change. But beneath the surface, roots are growing deeper. Stems are getting stronger. And buds are preparing to bloom. Your life is that garden. Every day you have the opportunity to nurture it, to tend to it, to help it grow. Some days you might not see immediate results, but trust in the process. Because just like that garden, with consistent care and attention, your life will bloom in ways you never thought possible. Our lives are essentially the sum of habits. The small actions we repeat day after day shape who we are and what we achieve. Want to be healthier. It's not about going on a crash diet or exercising for hours once a week. It's about making healthier food choices every day. About moving your body consistently, even if it's just for a few minutes. Want to be more successful in your career. It's not about waiting for that one big break. It's about showing up every day with a positive attitude, of continually learning and improving your skills, about building relationships and adding value wherever you can. The key is to focus on building positive habits that align with your goals and values. Start small. Maybe you want to read more. Don't set out to read a book a week if you're not reading at all now. Start with just 10 minutes a day. Make it a ritual. Perhaps right after dinner or first thing in the morning. The specific time doesn't matter as much as the consistency. Do this for a month, and you'll find that reading has become a natural part of your day. This principle applies to any area of your life you want to improve, want to be more organized. Start by spending 5 minutes each evening tidying up your workspace, trying to eat healthier. Begin by adding 1 serving of vegetables to your daily meals. These may seem like insignificant changes, but remember, we're playing the long game here. These small habits, consistently applied, lead to major transformations over time. Your mindset is like the soil in which you plant your habits and goals. If the soil is rich and fertile, your efforts will flourish. If it's poor and depleted, even the best seeds will struggle to grow. So how do you cultivate a growth mindset? It starts with believing in your ability to change and improve. Too often we limit ourselves with fixed beliefs about who we are and what we're capable of. I'm not a math person. I'm too old to learn a new skill. I'm just not creative. These self-imposed limitations are like weeds in your mental garden, choking out potential growth. Instead, add the word yet to these statements. I'm not good at math yet. I haven't found my creative outlet yet. This simple shift opens up possibilities. It acknowledges that where you are now is not where you have to stay. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. When you encounter difficulties, instead of getting discouraged, get curious. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? This approach turns obstacles into stepping stones. Cultivate resilience. Understand that setbacks are a natural part of any growth process. Think about a child learning to walk. They fall countless times, but they don't give up. They don't label themselves as failures at walking. They get up, they try again, and eventually they're running around with ease. Approach your own growth with the same persistence and resilience. Practice self-compassion. Being better every day doesn't mean being perfect every day. There will be days when you fall short of your goals, when you give into old habits, when you feel like you're moving backward instead of forward. On these days, be kind to yourself. Acknowledge the difficulty. Learn from it if you can. And then recommit to your path of growth. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Celebrate your wins, no matter small. Did you choose a salad over fast food for lunch? That's a win. Did you speak up in a meeting when you usually stay quiet? That's a win. Did you catch yourself in a negative thought pattern and redirect it? That's a huge win. By acknowledging these small victories, you build momentum and reinforce your commitment to growth. When you commit to being better every day, you're not just changing your own life. You're positively impacting everyone around you. Your growth inspires others. Your increased patience makes you a better parent or partner. Your improved skills make you a more valuable employee or leader. Your expanded knowledge makes you a more engaging friend. Have you ever been around someone who's passionate about personal growth? Their energy is contagious. Their enthusiasm sparks curiosity in others. Their progress motivates those around them to pursue their own goals. By focusing on your own growth, you become a catalyst for positive change in your community. This ripple effect extends even further. As you grow and improve, you become better equipped to contribute to the world around you. Maybe your increased knowledge leads you to innovative solutions in your field. Perhaps your improved communication skills allow you to bridge divides and foster understanding. Your personal growth could be the seed that grows into world-changing ideas or movements. We often shy away from discomfort, seeking the easy path. But true growth rarely happens in our comfort zone. It's in moments of challenge and struggle that we discover what we're truly capable of. When you're exercising, it's the point of discomfort. When your muscles are burning and you want to quit, that signals growth is happening. The same principle applies to personal development. When you're tackling a difficult problem, when you're pushing yourself to try something new, when you're facing your fears. These are the moments when you're growing the most. Seek out challenges. Volunteer for that project at work that scares you a little. Sign up for that class you've been curious about but nervous to try. Have that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. These moments of discomfort are opportunities for tremendous growth. In today's world of social media and constant connectivity, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing your progress to others. But remember this, everyone's journey is unique. Your path of growth is yours alone. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you a little bit better? A little bit kinder? A little bit more knowledgeable? That's what matters. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. This doesn't mean you can't be inspired by others. By all means, seek out role models and mentors. Learn from their experiences and insights, but use their success as inspiration, not as a measuring stick for your own worth or progress. In our busy lives, It's easy to go through each day on autopilot, never pausing to consider our actions, thoughts, and experiences. But reflection is a crucial tool for growth. It allows us to learn from our experiences, to identify patterns in our behavior, and to make conscious choices about our path forward. Try this at the end of each day. Take a few minutes to reflect. Ask yourself, what went well today? What could I have done better? What did I learn? What am I grateful for? This simple practice can dramatically accelerate your growth by helping you identify areas for improvement and reinforcing positive habits. When we get excited about self-improvement, it's easy to go all in, pushing ourselves to the limit in pursuit of our goals. But sustainable growth requires balance. You need time for rest and recovery, for play and relaxation, for connecting with loved ones. Yes, your plants need water and sunlight to grow. But if you water them constantly and expose them to intense sunlight 24/7, you'll do more harm than good. They need periods of rest, of gentle rain, of cool shade. Your personal growth journey is the same. Push yourself, yes, but also give yourself time to rest, to integrate what you've learned, to enjoy the progress you've made. Curiosity is like a superpower for those committed to lifelong learning and improvement. When you approach life with curiosity, every experience becomes an opportunity to learn and grow. You ask questions, you seek to understand, you remain open to new ideas and perspectives. Cultivate curiosity in your daily life. When you encounter something you don't understand, instead of dismissing it or feeling intimidated, get curious, ask questions, do some research. Seek out experts or different viewpoints. This curious approach not only expands your knowledge, but also keeps your mind flexible and open to growth. One of the best ways to reinforce your own learning and growth is to share it with others. When you teach something, you deepen your own understanding. You identify gaps in your knowledge. You gain new perspectives from the questions and insights of those you're teaching. So look for opportunities to share what you're learning. Maybe you start a blog about your personal growth journey. Perhaps you mentor a younger colleague at work. You could share your new skills with friends or family by teaching. You not only contribute to others' growth, but accelerate your own as well. In our instant gratification culture, it's easy to get discouraged when we don't see immediate results from our efforts. But true, lasting change takes time. Just as a tiny acorn takes years to grow into a mighty oak. Your personal growth is a long-term process. Embrace this long-term perspective. Understand that there will be periods of rapid growth and periods where progress seems slow or even stagnant. Trust in the process. Keep showing up. Keep putting in the effort. Keep making those small daily choices that align with your goals. Over time, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. Often when we think about self-improvement, we focus on one area, maybe our career, or our physical health, or a particular skill. But true fulfillment comes from growing in all areas of our lives. Your physical health affects your mental clarity. Your emotional well-being impacts your relationships. Your spiritual growth influences your sense of purpose. Outlook all areas of your life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, relational, professional. Set goals and create habits that nurture each of these areas. This balanced approach leads to a richer, more fulfilling life. In the age of social media and carefully curated public images, it's easy to fall into the trap of trying to be someone you're not. But true growth, meaningful growth, comes from being authentically yourself. This doesn't mean you don't change or improve. It means that your growth is aligned with your core values, your unique strengths, your genuine interests. Don't pursue a path of growth because it's what society expects or because it's what someone else thinks you should do. Choose goals and habits that resonate with who you truly are and who you want to become. Gratitude might not seem directly related to self-improvement, but it's a powerful tool for creating a positive mindset and fostering growth. When you practice gratitude, you train your mind to focus on the good in your life. This positive focus creates a fertile ground for further growth and improvement. Each day, Identify 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big things like a loving family or a fulfilling job, or small things like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. This simple practice can shift your entire perspective, making you more resilient in the face of challenges and more open to opportunities for growth. In finance, compound interest refers to the process where interest earns interest, leading to exponential growth over time. The same principle applies to personal development. Each small improvement you make compounds over time, leading to tremendous growth in the long run. This is why consistency is so crucial. Those daily habits, those small choices, might not seem significant in the moment, but over weeks, months, and years, they compound into major transformations. Like the old saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Every small action you take today is planting seeds for your future growth. The importance of diversity in personal growth. It's easy to get stuck in routines, to keep learning and growing in areas we're already comfortable with. But true growth often comes from exposing ourselves to diverse experiences, ideas, and perspectives. Read books outside your usual genres. Talk to people with different backgrounds and viewpoints. Try new activities that challenge you in unfamiliar ways. This type of experience not only broadens your knowledge and skills, but also increases your adaptability and creativity. Committing to being better every day is a powerful decision. It's a declaration that you're taking control of your life, that you're not content with staying where you are, that you believe in your potential for growth and improvement. This commitment will be tested. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the effort, when old habits seem easier, when the path of growth seems too challenging. In these moments, I remember why you started. Remember the person you're becoming, the life you're creating, the impact you're making. Your commitment to daily improvement is a gift to yourself, to your loved ones, to the world. It's a recognition of the incredible potential within you and a decision to honor that potential. It's an acknowledgement that life is precious and that each day is an opportunity to make it count. Wake up each morning with the intention to be better than you were yesterday. Approach each day as a fresh opportunity for growth. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the victories, learn from the setbacks, be patient with yourself, but keep pushing forward. Remember, the journey of personal growth is just that. A journey is not about reaching a destination where you're suddenly perfect. It's about continually evolving, continually learning, continually becoming more of who you're meant to be. Every day is a new chance to write your story, to take one more step towards your dreams, to make a positive impact on the world around you. Embrace this opportunity. Make each day count. Because every day truly is a chance to be better.